Hey VC, it is War God 63 here, Kevin. I was thinking earlier today, well, a little bit last night, and I am going to do my top 25. It's going to be a mix of CDs and vinyl, but I'm also going to do what I consider for myself my top 25 purchases in vinyl and CDs this year. This, or from last year. This video is going to be all on vinyl. I mean, I do have a lot of vinyl that I did pick up in 2021, as well as CDs, but these 25 here are the ones that I've played the most, and so I'm going to start backwards. With these 25, they'll, like I said, they'll be in my top 25, or top 21, excuse me, of 2021. But these 25 I'll show you today are the ones that kind of ruled my turntables the last year. So anyway, first up is going to be this particular album here. A band out of Denver, Colorado. Fantastic album. Immortal Sin and Force of Habit. Just new wave, traditional, maybe a little glamish at times, maybe a little thrashy at times, but mainly new wave of traditional heavy metal. But fantastic stuff from these guys. Up next is this album from a band that's been around since '69, band out of Chicago. I got to see them this summer at the Red River Valley Fair, and they were fantastic. They released their brand new album called Crash of the Crown, and I'm talking about Styx. This is a great album. If you have not picked this up, do so. If you're thinking Styx from the 70s, maybe early 80s, this band has progressed like Iron Maiden has progressed with a lot of their music nowadays. If you're looking for an 80s album, this is not the album for you, but it's still a great album from Styx, Crash of the Crown. And this is also a great release on Church Recordings. Band is out of Scotland, Oath, SC, and Computer Warriors. Great album. Check them out. Traditional heavy metal. Really like this album a lot. Up next, this album here is hard rock in vein, but this band just continues to put out great album after great album. I'm trying to think, these guys are from Sweden, I do believe. The band is Eclipse, and the album Wired. Just some great stuff. Couple of tracks. This is red vinyl, of course. But some of the great tracks. The Saturday Night. Let's see what. Bite the Bullet. Great track. Roses on Your Grave. Great track. Just some great hard rock, melodic hard rock. If you like Pink Cream or Chakra, you'll definitely like Eclipse. Up next, trying to figure out what album number this is in their catalog. Must be number 8, number 9. This came out about 3 months ago. I like this one better than their last one. Of course, we talked about Brainstorm and Wall of Skulls. Just a great release from these guys. But of course, Andy B. Frank is the main man in this band, so good stuff here from Brainstorm. Kind of traditional, kind of melodic, has some power metal-ish vibes going on in it, but Brainstorm is Brainstorm. Up next, I believe this band, this is their 5th album. It's out on Rock of Angels Records. I'm talking about Fire Force and the album Rage of War. This is more power metal-ish, but still has the traditional feelings in the music itself. But good stuff here from Fire Force. Up next, the Mark Tornillo era of Accept is a great era. To me, the first 3 Tornillo albums are probably the 3 greatest albums, in my opinion, in the Accept catalog. This one here is, I thought it was a good album, but I didn't think it was a fantastic album, but it's still got a lot of good stuff on it. This is Accept Too Mean to Die. Of course, this has some of my favorite tracks are Samson and Delilah, Symphony of Pain, The Undertaker, Zombie Apocalypse, Too Mean to Die, but they just keep cranking out good albums in the Mark Tornillo album or era. Hard to say the name, but anyway, good stuff here from Accept. Fantastic album from German speed metalers. This is their 3rd album, I believe. And this one is limited to 200 copies worldwide. I got number 74. It's a dark teal, talking about a vulture and dealing death. Thrash metal, speed metal, more speed metal than anything, but just a great release. I own everything that this band has put out, but fantastic stuff from this German band. This also is a great release. This is going to be high up on my list of the top 21. And it, like I say, these are not in 1 through 25. I'm just putting them in how I grabbed them. But anyway, this one is Halloween. This is the 3D holographic album. Halloween. Of course, fantastic stuff. Some standout tracks are, let's see, what is it? Cyanide is a good one for me. Mass Pollution, Skyfall, Golden Times, Out for Glory, but good stuff from Halloween. Up next, second release from this Greek band. I still like the first one just a little bit better. The first one is a little more raw. This is a little more polished, but Warrior Path. And this, The Mad King. Still a great album. If you pre-ordered, you probably got the red version. I did not pre-order, so I got the black version, but still a great release from Warrior Path. Up next, another German band, and a great thrash release, probably one of my favorite thrash releases of the year. Comes from the band Ravager and The Third Attack. I know I've seen this on a few lists that's high up there in the top 25s, but it is a green marble vinyl. But just some killer thrash from Germany. This was kind of late in my catalog, but this rules. This is a band out of Chicago. They play more of a doom genre style, but to me it has some 70s influences in this, especially on the keyboards. To me it has a little Kansas vibe, but you could definitely tell this is a doom related album, and the band is called Spillover. And Electric Exorcist. I'd have to say this is probably one of my favorite covers of 2021, but this is fantastic. This is their third release, and it's red vinyl. I won't take it out, but definitely go pick this up. It's a great album, fantastic stuff. So here's Spillage. Up next, this one I picked up, it was probably the middle of 2021, maybe August, right in that area. But this band is on Rock of Angels Records. I believe these guys are out of Italy, if I'm not mistaken. But just a great release from a band called Black and Damned. Heavenly Creatures. Just a killer release. Anyway, but it has some traditional flair, has some old school metal flair, but definitely a great album from these guys. I believe this is their first album, Black and Damned, but Heavenly Creatures, good stuff. This was a surprise for me. I came across this group through YouTube searches. Of course, this was on the new wave of traditional heavy metal that I can't remember his name does. Posts a lot of these bands. This is one of them. But to me, this is more. It does have traditional elements, but it also has some thrashy elements in it. So maybe you could call it traditional thrash, maybe. But the band is called Beekeeper. And Slaves to Nothing. This is a three-piece band that is fronted by a female. Great stuff. Their first release. But this is a fantastic album. I don't think I've ever seen anybody on the VC show this, but definitely pick this up if you ever come across this. Great stuff. Up next, this also came from the YouTube searches, and I loved what I heard. This is a great cover as well. And the band, I believe these guys are out of I think these guys are out of Sweden too. The band is called Viral, and the self-titled album. Just some great stuff here. New wave of traditional heavy metal. Black vinyl. But I had 3 copies of this. I've sent the other 2 to friends. But definitely a great album from these guys. So check them out, Viral. This is going to be high up on my list. I've played the hell out of this on the CD, on the vinyl. This is their third release. Their second one was absolutely great as well. Their first one is great as well. The band is out of India. There are 3 bands to me that I consider are the best bands in India right now. And all 3 I do have in my collection. This I wanted on vinyl, and I had to go overseas to get it. Second one I wanted on vinyl, but I was a little late in getting it, so I missed out on. But this one I wasn't going to miss out on. This is Against Evil. This is more classic heavy metal, but just fantastic album. End of the Line is the name of the album. Fantastic stuff. Definitely, if you see them, pick it up. It's only it's limited to 100 albums, so you might have to do a little searching. I got number 43. It's on Doc Gator Records. But standout tracks are Sound of Violence, Out for Blood, that features Billy Sheehan. End of the Line, great stuff. But one of my favorite tracks on here is Metal or Nothing. Go search YouTube for that song. It is fantastic. And of course they do Ace of Spades, which is a Motorhead cover. But definitely this album's going to be high up on my list. But fantastic stuff from Against Evil. That band, the other band that's really high on my list is Kryptos and Garish and the Chronicles. Of course, Garish is on the Frontiers label now, and they're coming out with a new album in 2022, so I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, continue on here. Here is another great album in the same vein as Against Evil. This band is out of the Philippines, and fantastic stuff. The band is called Witch Seeker, and Scene of the Wild. I just love this cover. Fantastic cover. This is what is that one? I'd like to show you the cover here. That one's black, I thought. But this is on Dying Victims Records. I'm sure you could find this one easily. But fantastic stuff. Traditional heavy metal in the new wave style. Great stuff. Getting down there. Third album from these guys. This is, I know Bev has tried to like this band. I don't know if she's come around to this. She didn't like it mainly because of the vocals. And to me, this is their best album to date. These guys, what are these guys? Are out of Oregon, I think. But Bewitcher, Cursed Be Thy Kingdom. But fantastic stuff from these guys. If I were to classify them, I would classify them as blackened traditional metal. Vocally, it has that blackened vocal style, but good stuff here from Bewitcher. This is a fantastic release. I pre-ordered this, had to wait for quite a while. This band is with former members of Spellcaster. Yeah, the epic full length from Dark Power Metal Act, featuring former members of Spellcaster. If you like Nevermore, Queensryche, kind of a mix, you get this band. And I'm talking about Silver Talon and Decadence and Decay. This is on silver vinyl. But if you like Spellcaster, you definitely will like Silver Talon. Good stuff here. This is a great release. I don't really think you could put this in the thrash category. Maybe I would consider it more power thrash. power metal with thrash influences. Great album from these guys. I've seen this high up in a couple lists already, but this one is Artillery with 10, and it is, I got number 111 out of 200. It's a teal, blue, and red, but fantastic release from Artillery. Good stuff here. Again, I classify it more power thrash, but good stuff. This band, this is their second release. This is power metal. Kind of the lyrics are more ancient Greece, Sparta era, but talking about war kings and revolution. Just a great album from these guys. Fantastic stuff. This is on, it's black vinyl, of course, but just some great stuff. From War Kings. Good stuff here. I think I got 4 left. And I've seen this on quite a few lists as well, and I remember when I first came across this band. It was a couple years ago, and I first heard about them, of course it was on YouTube, but they only put out a 7-inch, and I do have the 7-inch, and then they released their first one. This is their second album, and this is Pounder with Breaking the World. 3-piece band. Of course, the members come from more extreme metal, black metal, death metal bands that they were in on. This is on Shadow Kingdom Records, but great stuff from Pounder. Good stuff. Let's see, I got 3 left, guys. This one is going to be high, very high on my list, in my top 5 for sure. This is a great release. I remember when I first got it, it just blew me away. And I'm talking about Toddler Tour and Rejoice in the Suffering. Fantastic stuff. This is put out by Rat Pack Records, I do believe. Yeah, Rat Pack Records. Rat Pack always does the OB here, but this is a collector's edition release. But fantastic stuff. This is a fantastic album. Of course, Toddler Tour is in Queensryche. This is nothing like Queensryche in my opinion. This is a little more heavier. It just has heavier riffs. The lyrics are darker. But just a great album from Toddler Tour. Fantastic album. This one will be high up on my list as well, and this is high up on quite a few VC members' list. This is Flotsam and Jetsam, Blood in the Water. Fantastic stuff. I got 2 versions of this. I got this red version and I got the black version, but fantastic stuff from Flotsam and Jetsam. To me, I think this is their best one out of the last 3, or the last 2 anyway. I think this is just great. Again, not really full-on thrash. To me, I would categorize it as more power thrash again, but fantastic stuff. Great album. And the last one here, which will be in my, probably my top 5, of course. KK's Priest, and Sermons of the Sinner. Of course, this one is autographed here, so this is a great release. And I've seen quite a few people show this. So yeah, great stuff here. So anyway, guys, to me, those are the most dominant 25 albums of 2021 that I've been playing. I do have others that I haven't shown. I got quite a few on vinyl, but I figured I just wanted to show you my top 25 of releases on vinyl that dominate my turntables of 2021. So I will be doing one on the CDs as well. Completely different. There will be no double ups, although I do have CDs from the vinyls as well. Some of these that I'll show on CD don't have vinyl releases, so you have to get the CD. So anyway, got any comments, leave them below, and I'll see you next time. And as I'll say, keep it loud, keep it heavy, keep it metal.